come to these meetings?
People are still working in the building.
It was a long last night.
I didn't know people could come to these meetings.
I watched an hour. I probably watched the first.
What are they? Who are these? Feeling uneasy?
Like up to through question 3, I think, on Jared.
Yeah.
But I recorded it. I was watching it live, and then I had something I had to go do, so I was recording it. So I saw like most of John's before I left, and then I came back, and I watched the rest of John's in the first half. But then it was like, and I'm like, I gotta go to bed.
Maybe. I mean, it implies.
I'm going to read it anyway. So.
I just stayed and watched the baseball game
I didn't
last
put anything
night.
in there about
I
public
came in
comments.
and
I
I
wasn't
saw
sure
there was a
after I got
no-hitter
some
going
emails what we were gonna.
Yeah, well, no, it
Right,
does.
just,
I mean, in the
that's-
script, it
that's-
still says
It's unbelievable.
state their
It's a
name
no-hitter.
and
But
Oh.
then they pulled
Well, the guy in the
picture.
6th, right?
I'll just.
Yeah, I'm like,
That was-
I had no idea. I just heard it on the radio this afternoon.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No hitter?
No,
Gee.
yeah, going in, and I mean, the guys, the other relievers finished it off, but I just couldn't believe that they didn't keep him in and give him the opportunity.
I
mean,
know.
someone-
Yeah, to have that.
It hasn't happened in what, 50 plus years or whatever, long.
Analytics are ruining everything.
No, it's awful. Awful.
Exactly, yeah.
You need a pen?
Yeah, if I I have something later too. So tonight, if I get home and I want to stay up a little bit and unwind, I'll probably finish watching it. But.
Yeah. Yeah. I had,
Okay, being 5 o'clock or just after, I will call the meeting of the Reading Municipal Light Department Board of Commissioners to order. This meeting of the Reading Municipal Light Department Board of Commissioners is being recorded at RMLD's office at 230 Ash Street, Reading, Mass. for distribution to the community television stations in Reading, North Reading, Wilmington, and Lynnfield, as well as live streamed on RCTV and YouTube. The RMLD Board of Commissioners recognizes the importance of hearing public comment at the discretion of the chair on items on the official agenda. Once recognized by the chair, all persons addressing the board shall state their name and address prior to speaking. It is the role of the chair to maintain order in all public comment or ensuing discussion. Will any participants that are participating remotely, are there any? No, okay. Vice Chair Pacino will serve as the board secretary for this evening's meeting.
Very good.
Oh, okay. I'll just talk louder.
So these just go to RCTV
Okay.
mostly.
So you
They
need to
don't
talk
really-
louder, just talk louder.
Well, I'll talk louder. So Vice Chair Pacino will serve as the board secretary for this evening's meeting.
Okay?
Yes.
No problem.
You want to read the motion?
Oh, okay. Well, I have a question. I mean,
Sure.
Public comment?
Well, oh,
Sorry.
okay, well, I thought they were going to. Would anyone like to participate during public comment now? Okay.
Okay.
Do you have a comment?
Well, I have no comment. I just have a question on these two motions. I mean, I was not present at the General Manager's Search Committee, so I'm not sure I can vote on this. I mean,
So I think it's just for voting. It's just going to be Jason, Bob, and Dave. but I
okay,
think they
so
just
one of
wanted
them
to do
should
it
be
here.
making this motion.
Yeah, so do we need to
Okay.
call ourselves to order then? Do you need
No,
to
you
call?
don't.
No, we don't.
Sorry, Jeannie just told me.
Okay.
Okay. So you want to read the motion
yeah.
to
Yeah, so I'll
the
take a
search
motion.
committee?
Okay. Want me to do it?
Sure.
Okay, fine. Okay, so this is to approve the search committee minutes, which we've had a number of meetings. We had a lot of meetings of the search committee. The search committee was me, Bob Coulter, and Jason Small from the CAB as chair. So we had a lot of meetings. We've approved a number of the minutes already. This is to approve some of the additional minutes from meetings. That's what we're doing now. So this is Bob, Jason, and me. Move that the RMLD General Manager Search Committee approve the regular session minutes of the October 4, 2022 and October 12, 22 meetings.
second motion.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Yeah, motion passes 3-0.
Passes 3-0.
Sorry, that's for Jason to say. And then we have another, again, move that the RMLD General Manager Search Committee approve the executive session minutes of the August 4, August 10, September 7, September 12, September 13, September 14, September 19, September 20, and October 4, 2022 meetings.
Second motion.
All in favor? Aye. Motion passes 3-0.
And a lot of those were individual, if anybody's wondering why we had so many executive sessions, because each one was, we interviewed a number of finalists, and each one got its own executive session. So that's why there's so many executive session minutes.
All right. We could have done without the help of Janet Walsh.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Very, very helpful.
Yeah, there was a lot of work by Janet.
Facilitating and everybody on the team that they came back and was very helpful. So thank you.
And Jason as well.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, Gene Fody did the minutes.
And Gene Fody did the minutes. Yeah, there was a lot going on. And we also had a number of public meetings. Yeah, so thanks to everybody.
Yep. Thank you to the three of you and Janet and Gene Fody and
Yeah.
everyone that made that happen. I know that was
Right.
a ton of extra work and a lot of applications. I think we mentioned that last night. So now we can move on to discussion of the general manager candidates. Is there any discussion among the commissioners?
Okay, we're going to go in the order of
Jason.
seniority?
We are going to do that, yes.
Okay.
Is there any discussion, though, to be had first? I think not.
Do you want to explain the process, like the anticipated process here?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Sure. Our plan for voting tonight is to have each commissioner speak in order of seniority, starting with Phil Pacino, state his first choice for a general manager candidate, a sentence or two why he liked that candidate, and then actually not to have discussion from the other commissioners from that, just to move on to the next senior commissioner. We are looking for a majority vote for a commissioner, not a 5-0 consensus. And Jason Small is here, but a cab rep doesn't actually get to vote on this, but he's been instrumental. All right?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So there's actually okay, so our nominations
All right. Whenever you're
are going
ready.
to start with a selection by Phil.
Okay, so first up, I want to state that all three candidates were certainly capable. And I want to thank, again, I second thanking the search committee for the outstanding job they did and their leadership in bringing this forward. My vote is going to be for Greg Phipps as the general manager. Over these past months, he has demonstrated leadership to the board related to his work on the union contracts and his work on securing the site or sites for the new Wilmington substation. He has also fostered a different workplace at the RMLD. I want to quote from a couple of comment letters we got. David Zeke sent a letter in. He said he has personal energy and vision to lead the RMLD into a changing and dynamic future of the electric power industry. John Pelletier sent one in and said he has the hard-to-find mix of strong technical and equally important people skills, understanding that without the team, there is no RMLD. And I can't agree more with each of those in terms of that. I feel Greg is a leader, and that's why I'm voting him. I'll be voting for him for the position, for the GM position.
Our next senior commissioner is John Stempeck.
Yes, hello, everyone. I echo all of Phil's comments, specifically the one where we have the three very strong candidates. And as I've mentioned in the past, when I see people this strong, I want to hire all three of them. I really do. That's not just me being kind or nice or anything else. It is so difficult to find good people these days who have a great track record, and each one of them has exactly that. That said, my vote tonight will be for Greg Phipps for numerous reasons. I reflect upon what I've been here for 9 years now, what the RMLD has gone through and what I think it needs. And I think it needs strong leadership, and I think it needs excellent business analysis to be able to not just look in the past, but look in the future in terms of what our electrical needs are, and then how to match those two. And I think that by the combination of Greg's background, his history across multiple industries, they're going through significant change, plus the business degrees that he has, as well as working for Boston Consulting Group, which I know these firms. They are brutal in terms of making sure you do the right job at the right time for your clients all the time, and be able to sort of work for one of those firms and get out and then do the things that Greg has done has been very impressive to me, and even more impressive is what he has done here at the RMLD in the last few years. Enough said. My vote today is for Mr. Phipps.
You're next.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I also would like to echo the comments in terms of the very, very strong attributes of all three candidates. And Greg has achieved a great deal during his time as interim, as has been mentioned by my two colleagues. And he's won praise from key people across our communities that we need to be working with very closely. I take as his word that he's somebody who brings in talent and lets them run with it, and fosters a positive atmosphere and lets people succeed. All of this is a very welcome change, and I echo the things that John and Phil said. And I, too, will be supporting Greg to become our next general manager of the RMLD for those reasons. And I love it when we can agree as a board. It's a wonderful thing. So thank you, Greg, for all of that. I want to say a couple words about the other two candidates just briefly. Jared Carpenter, who used to work here at RMLD, has had a real trial by fire out there in California, where he runs the Port of Oakland Municipal Public Utility. The severe issues they face in California are things he's been dealing with every day. The transmission system potentially shutting down power to his utility, the wildfires, taking out transmission lines, and it is the extreme levels of electrification, electric cars, and the immense amount of solar that they already have out there makes running a utility an extreme sport out there, and we are all heading in that direction, something I think we all understand. He's been in it, and listening to him, excuse me, I should have turned my phone off, talk about the nuanced ways that he's been approaching those issues really impressed me a great deal, and I'd really love to see those skills brought in, echoing what John said. And I would say some similar things about John Blair, who's the GM of Ipswich, in terms of his thoughtful, sober responses. He's a very thoughtful guy, a very serious guy who, and also in the interviews we had with him earlier, just a very, very, very solid guy, and I'd love to see him somehow be part of what we do here. So enough said, but we had great candidates. It was a great experience. Thank you, Greg, and I will be supporting you as our next GM.
Bob Coulter?
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. Likewise, like everybody else, this is an extremely difficult process. I looked at all the candidates and talked to them. I've had the privilege of talking to them multiple times, not just once. So I think that made it even harder on the selection process, because the more you get to know somebody, you can see those skill sets coming out. I mean, this is paper thin, but at the end of the day, my vote goes to Greg right now, because, the skill set wise, I believe all three gentlemen are right there. And I believe that Greg has done certain things already here at Reading Light. I want to see them carried forward. I think you got some good vision on what you're going to do and what we need to do. And again, likewise, when you have an opportunity to speak with people that have this much talent, I think, maybe there's a great opportunity to echo what Dave and John, everybody else said, that maybe we can, if we could hire everybody to be the tried GMs, yeah, great, but no, we can't, but unfortunately. But again, congratulations, going to Greg.
Congratulations, Greg, because that's 4 out of 5 votes. So I don't need to vote, because I'm just Madam Irrelevant at this point. And I
Adjourn the
work
meeting.
with you every week and tell Select Board Vice Chair Karen and Fidel how much I love working with you, how excited I am for the future of RMLD. And unlike my colleagues who bring many, combined total about 100 years of commissioner
Now, wait a minute, I'm not that old, I'm not that old.
Combined total, 75, and industry experience, their professional careers. I don't bring that, but I am fully on board with Team Phipps. Having said that, after meeting the other two candidates last night and being so impressed and taking notes so detailed Can you see? I mean, I loved listening to them. I don't want them to slip through our fingers. So because I can, and I know you have the humility to handle it, I'm going to vote for Jared Carpenter to show faith with my vote in his talent.
Okay.
So with that,
With that, we need to make a motion, I
we
think.
need a motion.
Yep.
Okay. All right, I'll make the motion. Do you go by the name Greg or Gregory?
Formal name is Gregory.
Gregory. Let's get the formal name. Okay. Move the RMLD Board of Commissioners appoint Gregory Phipps as General Manager for the Municipal Light Department.
Second?
Quick discussion, just,
Sure.
should we add something like subject to?
Yeah, very good. Good thought. Subject to negotiation.
Yeah, right, whatever that.
Subject to.
Contract negotiations.
Subject to contract
Successful
negotiation.
completion of
Good point.
employment,
Good point.
yeah.
Subject to.
I'll accept that as part of the main motion, Madam Chair.
What
I
should
think
it
it's
be exactly?
contract negotiations. is
Subject to
what-
contract
Right, because that's what it will
Subject
be.
to successful completion of
Successful.
employment contract negotiations.
I'll accept that as part of the main motion, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
Okay?
Need a roll call vote?
Yep.
Okay, Marlena Beta, aye.
Ms. Pacino, aye.
Talbot, aye.
Step back, aye.
Coulter, aye.
We're good.
And that passes 5-0. Congratulations, and thank you, Greg Phipps.
Thank you all for all the work you guys have done.
You know, I do echo the sentiments of my colleagues in terms of the two other candidates. If there's a way you could find to make them come here, I think it would behoove the department very much so.
I've got some thoughts I want to share with you on that.
The
Okay.
dream team.
Yeah. All right. Unless there's anything else. Unless there's anything else from...
No, if there isn't anything else, we can adjourn.
Was there any other public, was there public
Any
comment?
other public comments?
Julie, did you have, oh, okay, but I wasn't sure. Just a minute.
All right. Very good.
I just want to encourage it, if you do.
Move to
Here we are.
adjourn then, Madam Chair?
Any comment? No, okay. All right, all right. Like that, would you kindly read the, would you read?
Move to adjourn.
Yes, please.
Move to adjourn, Madam Chair?
Second.
Yes.
Mr. Pacino, aye?
Mr. Step back, aye.
Talbot, aye.
2 minutes, right?
18.
Okay. Tried to keep things.
We hand the packages out or anything?
Hello.
Hi.
I just kind of
Good question. Erica, do you want the packages back in?
No, I can take them. Yeah, I'll take them and give them to Janet.